For many years, fans of famous session musicians have wondered about the connection between two of the most important figures in the music world, Leland Sklar and Tommy Tedesco. Both of these legends made a lasting impact on music history, Sklar as a top bass player and Tedesco as one of the greatest guitarists ever. Now, after a long time of not speaking about it, Sklar has shared his thoughts on working with Tedesco. What he reveals is truly interesting. So, what does Sklar really think about Tommy? Let's find out. Leland Sklar is a well-respected and recognized bass guitarist in the music industry. He has been a significant part of Hollywood's music scene, especially as a session bassist since the 1970s. Born on May 28, 1947, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Leland's family has roots in various parts of the U.S. and Europe. Before moving to the U.S., his father's ancestors lived in Odessa, Ukraine. The surname Sklar comes from a Ukrainian word meaning glacier, which refers to someone who works with glass, like fitting glass into windows or doors. When Leland was just 4 years old, his family moved to California, settling in Van Nuys, a neighborhood in Los Angeles. This move was crucial in shaping Leland's future, as Los Angeles was, and still is, a center for music and entertainment. Leland's love for music started at a very young age. At just 5 years old, he found inspiration from an unexpected source, watching Liberace on television. Liberace, a famous pianist known for his flashy style and big personality, had a huge impact on young Leland. The combination of Leland's elegant piano playing, the candelabra on his piano, and his brother George playing the violin, he was drawn to the glamour and showmanship, but most importantly, to the music itself. Luckily, Leland's family already owned a baby grand piano, making it easy for him to start learning. His mother, noticing his excitement, encouraged him to take piano lessons. Soon after turning 5, Leland began his journey with classical piano. He had a natural talent for the instrument and quickly showed that he was gifted. His passion and dedication allowed him to excel at an early age. By the time he was 7, he was already achieving great things, participating in piano competitions and earning recognition for his skills. The Hollywood Bowl Association, a prestigious organization in Los Angeles, awarded him as the most accomplished young pianist in his age group. This was an incredible honor and showcased his potential as a musician. However, as Leland grew older, the pressure to succeed began to weigh heavily on him. He had a piano teacher who pushed him very hard, which started to take the joy out of playing music. Leland later felt that this teacher was trying to fulfill her own dreams of being a successful pianist through him, making lessons more about meeting high expectations than about his love for music. By the time he was 12, the pressure had become too much, and he no longer enjoyed playing the piano as he once did. The fun and excitement he felt as a child were replaced by stress and exhaustion. Leland decided to step away from the piano, marking the end of his early chapter as a classical musician. But this was not the end of Leland's musical journey. Instead, it laid the groundwork for his future. Leland's true journey as a musician began in junior high when he attended Birmingham High School, which combined grades 7 through 12. It was here that a pivotal moment set him on the path to becoming a bassist. His orchestra teacher, Mr. Ted Lynn, noticed the crowded field of pianists and introduced Leland to a different instrument, the bass. This decision turned out to be life-changing. Leland immediately took to the instrument, finding it a perfect fit for his musical talents and interests. He quickly began playing the string bass in both the school orchestra and the dance band. His natural skill and enthusiasm for the bass made it clear that he had found his calling. But Leland's involvement in music didn't stop there. He also joined the school's marching band. In his first year, he played the bass drum, but soon realized he wanted to explore other roles. As a bass player, he had 3 options for the marching band: continue with the bass drum, switch to the sousaphone, or become a drum major. Leland chose the latter and became one of the band's 2 drum majors. Becoming a drum major came with its own challenges and opportunities. Leland was sent to Redlands University during the summer to take a specialized course on being a drum major. There, he learned how to lead the marching band and design halftime shows, adding another layer to his musical education. To this day, he still keeps the baton he used during those years as a memento from an important chapter in his life. Leland graduated from Birmingham High School in 1965, and around this time he made another decision that would become a significant part of his identity. He stopped shaving, marking the beginning of his now iconic beard, a feature as recognizable as his extraordinary bass-playing skills. Leland Sklar's rise to fame began when he became the bassist for James Taylor's backing band. This opportunity not only launched his career, but also introduced him to a group of talented musicians who would go on to make their own mark in the music industry. The band eventually became known as The Section, a group that played a crucial role in shaping the sound of 1,970 singer-songwriters. Their incredible talent and frequent collaborations with artists signed to Asylum Records earned them the nickname Asylum's House Band. This meant that whenever Asylum Records needed exceptional musicians for an artist's album, they often called The Section. Before joining James Taylor, Leland was already making a name for himself in the music scene. In 1969, he played bass for a hard rock band called Wolfgang, managed by the legendary concert promoter Bill Graham. Wolfgang's lineup included musicians like Bryn Howarth, Ricky Lancelotti, Kevin Kelly, Randy Zacuto, and Warren Bugs. They were a powerful group, even opening for Led Zeppelin, one of the biggest rock bands of the time. Despite their potential, Wolfgang never recorded an official album, only making demo tracks that were never released. Although the band didn't achieve commercial success, this experience was valuable for Leland, helping him grow as a musician and make connections in the industry. During his time with Wolfgang, Leland Sklar met singer-songwriter James Taylor, and this meeting would change the course of his career. Leland began playing gigs with Taylor, initially thinking it would be a short-term collaboration, expecting they might play together for about a month before moving on to other projects. However, everything changed when James Taylor's song Fire and Rain became a massive hit. The song's success propelled Taylor to stardom, and as his bassist, Leland found himself at the center of an exciting and rapidly growing music career. What started as a casual arrangement turned into a long-term partnership that would define much of Leland's early success. As James Taylor's band grew closer and developed their unique chemistry, they evolved into a standalone group called The Section. In addition to Leland, the band included other highly talented musicians, such as guitarist Danny Korchmar, drummer Russ Kunkel, and keyboardist Craig Durg. Together, they became one of the most sought-after groups of session musicians in the industry. The Section didn't just play for James Taylor. They worked with many of the biggest names in music during the 1970. Leland's bass playing can be heard on hits by some of the most famous artists in music history, including Linda Ronstadt, Hall & Oates, Jackson Browne, Carole King, Phil Collins, Clint Black, Reba McEntire, and George Strait. Thanks to his work with James Taylor and The Section, Leland Sklar quickly gained a reputation as one of the best bass players in the business. His ability to adapt to different styles of music and his skill at creating memorable bass lines made him a favorite among artists and producers. Over time, Leland's collaborations with these legendary musicians established him as a central figure in the music of the 1970s, a reputation he continues to enjoy today. Now, at the age of 77, Leland Sklar has finally opened up about Tommy Tedesco. He expressed his admiration for Tommy, who is regarded as one of the greatest guitarists and studio musicians in American music history. Tommy Tedesco, born in 1930, was a legendary figure in the Los Angeles and Hollywood music scenes. Known for his incredible talent and versatility, Tedesco was part of a group of elite session musicians, famously known as the Wrecking Crew. This collective of musicians worked behind the scenes, playing on countless hit songs during the 1960s and 1970s, shaping the sound of that era. Tommy Tedesco's contributions to music were remarkable. He played on thousands of recordings, including hundreds of top 40 hits. As a studio musician, his job was to adapt to various musical styles and deliver flawless performances in high-pressure recording sessions. Tedesco's work wasn't just about technical skill, it was about creativity, precision, and the ability to elevate a song. He collaborated with some of the biggest names in the industry and left a lasting impact on popular music. For Leland Sklar, Tedesco was more than just a fellow musician. He was an inspiration. Sklar has often described Tedesco as the greatest studio guitarist he has ever worked with. Tedesco's creativity and sense of humor had a lasting influence on Sklar, both as a musician and as a person. One of the unique stories Sklar shares about Tedesco involves the so-called producer switch on his famous Frankenstein bass. On Sklar's iconic Frankenstein bass, there is a knob known as the producer switch. Interestingly, this switch does absolutely nothing. It's purely decorative. The idea for this playful addition came from Tommy Tedesco, who was known for his sense of humor and quick wit. During a project Leland was working on with